The pirate ship sailed through the sky. Captain GuGuGaga watched the earth with a tiny binocular. Tack and Munch came running to her.
Is someone in trouble, boys?
Asked GuGuGaga.
No, Captain.
Replied Tack and Munch.
Awesome! Let's do a vacation around the world.
Exclaimed GuGuGaga.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Said Tack and Munch happily. They both ran to the wheel. Tick was on the wheel when Tack and Munch told him about the vacation plan. He walked away from the wheel, unhappy. Meanwhile, GuGuGaga changed her costume for a vacation. She danced on the deck happily. Tick sat next to Mo. He said,
You know, I was supposed to be the next captain. Really? I didn't know that.
replied Mo.
Because I knew a lot more than all of you.
Said Tick again.
No, you couldn't tell how a cow and a tiger look like.
Said Mo.
Yeah, except that one.
Said Tick.
Then you told us that the monkey was a cow.
Mo giggled.
Okay, stop it. You're being mean.
Said Tick.
I was supposed to be the captain.
Now Mo said his story.
No, you're not.
Shouted Tick. They argued, rolling on the deck, who the next captain should have been.
None of you can become the captain. The scepter chose me.
Said GuGuGaga.
Now stop fighting.
Mo listened, but Tick continued to fight.
If you don't stop, I'll make you an ice cream.
Saying so, she stomped the scepter. Tick turned into a cone ice cream,
Oh, I didn't know I had that power.
wondered GuGuGaga.
Oh no, please turn him back again.
Requested Kick.
Not until I take a scoop.
Said Tack and scooped a little ice cream off.
You good now?
Asked GuGuGaga to Tack.
Aye, Captain.
Said Tack. GuGuGaga used the scepter again. Tick reappeared, but his nose went missing. Tick was terrified. Everybody was shocked. Kick said,
I think your nose is a scoop tactic. Give the ice cream back.
said Mo. Tack said,
I love ice cream and I'll not give it back. Give me my nose back.
screamed Tick.
No, I'm not giving it back. I'll buy you an ice cream. I pinky promise. I don't believe you.
Said Tack and ran. Since Tack didn't manage the wheel, the ship went wacky on the air. Everyone lost their balance. The scepter fell far away from GuGuGaga. GuGuGaga ran to the wheel. She tried to use her powers, but the ship was headed straight to an icy hill. Without the scepter's magic, the ship hit an icy hill and its deck was broken. Oh no! Everyone was terrified. But Tick was concerned about his nose.
Give me back my nose.
He shouted at Tack and ran after him again.
No, I won't give my ice cream back.
Said Tack and ran as far as he can. GuGuGaga smacked her forehead. She sighed.
You're supposed to think better than a baby.
She asked the rest of the pirates.
A part of the ship is stuck in the cave, and we have a huge damage, boys. What should we do? Let's leave the ship here and buy ourselves a bus.
Suggested Munch.
That's so silly. Pirates don't drive buses.
Opposed Mo and said,
We should get ourselves a monster truck. How would a monster train?
Suggested Kick. GuGuGaga said,
Stop it! Even a baby knows pirates sail ships.
she looked up at the tree where her scepter was stuck. The tree was up on a cliff far above her. If only she had the scepter, she can fix her ship. Just then, a car skid through the ice. The man inside the car screamed for help. GuGuGaga said,
Oh no! Someone's in trouble!
the car hit the tree where the scepter was stuck. The car and the scepter fell down from the cliff. GuGuGaga jumped up and caught the scepter.
Boys, hurry up! Catch the car, now!
She commanded and waved the scepter at them. The five pirates flew to the car quickly. They caught the car and landed it safely. But the child inside the car fell out. GuGuGaga flew faster than the child and caught him midair. The pirates brought the car safely to a parking lot. GuGuGaga got the child to the father. Kick checked the child seat and noticed that it wasn't buckled,
Captain, the boy's father didn't buckle up the child. I think we should take care of this boy from now on.
said Kick,
One more child in the ship?
worried Tick.
You are being an irresponsible father, so we're taking him.
Said GuGuGaga to the father. The father said, don't take him away from me. I buckled him up. I don't know how this happened. The boy put his head down. GuGuGaga asked the boy,
What happened?
but he didn't reply.
Okay, load him up, boys. We have a child to feed.
Commanded GuGuGaga. The boy said, no, I removed the buckles because I didn't like them. It makes me uncomfortable,
But it keeps you alive.
said GuGuGaga. Okay, I will not repeat this again. Please don't take me away from my family, said the boy. GuGuGaga pointed at the road sign that read, buckle up, it's the law. Saying so, the captain and the pirates started to sing and dance.
Buckle up, Mr. Law. Buckle up, Mr. Law. La 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 la. Buckle up, Mr. Law. Buckle up, Mr. Law. La 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 la. Buckle up, Mr. Law. Buckle up, Mr. Law.
Later, the pirates and the captain enjoyed ice creams outside a store. Tick was happy that his nose was back,
Ooh, this tastes so good.
said GuGuGaga,
What if we don't find the ice cream stove again?
worried Tack. The other pirates were also worried. GuGuGaga looked at Tick and said,
Then I can turn him into an ice cream again.
Tick blinked and everybody laughed.